Hey Ratbags, it's Jade again today with another Valheim news video. Guess why? Because they're already starting to tease more stuff for Deep North, even with the Call to Arms update that's just gone live on the public test branches. So we're going to go over that and talk about the blog that they've put out and my first reaction to the update. But perhaps even more interesting is they've announced they're going to be at Tokyo Game Show next month with a big announcement. This is probably the most exciting thing out of the dev blog, I kid you not. So let's go. So the devs are back from their summer break, lots of stuff going on. Some of them are at Gamescom, obviously talking about their latest update. They showed it off and everyone can go and play it on the Xbox Insider Hub. At the moment though, there is some sort of issue. Hopefully it gets corrected in the next few days. So if you're trying to play it and it's not there, remember it's a separate app you can download on your Xbox or Windows 10, and then you should be able to see Valheim and it should be able to carry on your saves and everything, and it doesn't really mess things up. It will just revert back to normal version once the update's out for everyone. And of course there's no release date yet for when everyone's going to get to play it. It'll probably be in a good few weeks. So Robin, Andreas and Amelia are inside obviously Gamescom. They're doing some interviews. We may get some more information about what's coming up, or obviously the Call to Arms update. And then the fact that they're going to be at Tokyo Game Show next month, yeah, that's got to reveal something pretty big. I don't think they're going all the way over there for nothing. Tokyo Game Show is obviously really popular, of course, more Asian influence in terms of games coming out from Asia. I think some of the Valheim team have gone to Tokyo before, but they haven't actually revealed anything there. So I don't think it's going to be the 1.0 release date, but it's definitely got to be something big. We're not expecting the 1.0 until maybe the early or mid 2026. Obviously the Call to Actions update's just coming out now. I think the devs did mention that they wouldn't be having 1.0 go live in maybe winter time, so not between November and December this year. So there's no way 1.0 is going to come out a month after their latest update. But yeah, the fact that some of the team are going to be at Tokyo Game Show, going to have a booth as well, that really says something's going on there. One of their founders had big ideas about porting Valheim to other platforms. He stated in an interview that they'd love to see it on the Switch one day. Is that what's going to happen? Could it be a PlayStation 5 announcement? And you never know, it would be a bit left field, but maybe it would be the 1.0 release date. Let me know in the comments what you think it could be. And obviously I'll be there first to deliver you news. I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on the Tokyo Game Show a little bit more than I would normally. So they're actually not doing any more of the Herv episodes at the moment. They're going to carry on with them in the future, the little clips and teases. I guess they've been too busy with all the other stuff. But here it is. Here's one of the brand new weapons you'll be crafting in the Deep North. No details about exactly what it's called or how or what, but damn, it looks pretty cool. I'm loving this gold vibe, like real sort of epic endgame items. So yeah, more teasers, I'm all for this. Doesn't spoil too much, just gives a bit of hype at what to expect. So pretty cool stuff. What about the actual update itself? You know what, it's pretty decent. Again, as usual, they've gone maybe a bit above what they originally scoped out and added more. Hence why these updates often take longer. But so far, it's pretty good stuff. The trinkets are great. I think they add a new flavour, getting that extra boost of either healing or stamina or damage or something along them lines from just being good and taking out enemies. Encourages players to maybe not just be that Dark Souls type of always backing off, waiting, timing perfectly, and then parrying an enemy attack and getting in. I feel like that's what it's really been designed for with the adrenaline system. To open up different ways to play rather than just rely on which ultimately is the optimized way to play, which is just parry. But they haven't actually diminished that either, giving actually good rewards for perfect parrying and perfect dodging now. So all in all, good balance changes for every type of play, but there's definitely something that's got to be addressed, and it's the lack of inventory space. I had a bit of back and forth with Grim when they were over visiting me in an interview, and talking about maybe like what's the point in having just maybe set slots. But more than ever, it's really clear, absolutely, Valheim needs its own separate armour and now trinket slots. We've already got so much going on in your hotbar that you might want to have, different types of potions, your weapons. Dedicated slots just make life easier for your armour as well as obviously these trinkets. And given there's so many trinkets now and players can actually double dip, you can activate more than one trinket buff if there's enough enemies and you get your adrenaline up high. To me, it's even more reason to have that special thing. It may look just more visual, But at the moment, we actually just need more bloody space. If the devs are ever planning something like backpacks or some sort of, I guess, maybe pouches to carry items, it's time to start talking about it, I swear. If it isn't added with 1.0, I do think they really have to look at stuff. Valheim's always been a bit of an issue with too many resources. Yes, you've got the cart that can help, and we've got things to increase the carry weight, but it really is time we get some sort of upgrade to the inventory space. Or introduce maybe something like the Nether chest or the Ender chest from Minecraft. 2 chests that are connected that you can access at any time. Like the personal lockbox doesn't do that, it just holds your own items without anyone else getting into it. But it could be good if we did have just that kind of chest for much larger items. That would at least help with the grind of moving stuff from base to base. But in reality, it needs to happen. We need some sort of pouches to carry certain resources. Maybe it could be just for jewels and loot. With all these trinkets and the sheer choice of armor and weapons, it's time. We need more space. So that's probably my only negative. The rest of the stuff looks great. I'm not necessarily the best kind of no weapon kind of player with just unarmed builds, but they do look great. I haven't yet actually dived into the mechanics of finding the bear and taking it on. I've been focusing on the other stuff in some of my guides, like trinkets and the bombs. I love the blob bombs. I'm kind of hoping they add like a friendly version though that can just follow us around. Doesn't have to do damage. I just want a pet blob. We've got pet rocks. It's time now for the rise of pet blobs. And yeah, battle axes. We've got a couple new ones or variants, etc. That's always good, again, to help out with different play styles. So all in all, good stuff. Also showing that they are adding stuff to the early parts of the game again. I mean, I actually don't know where the bear spawns just yet. I haven't actually played enough of it. Obviously, it's got its own little mini biome, but I'm presuming it's going to be at some point between Black Forest and maybe Swamp, or just finding it in the little pockets of Black Forest. And something I caught from a little insider told me that there's been a bit of a mistake with feeding bears berries. So if you actually go up to one, it might give you the option, but no, they've got no plans for the bear to be tamed just yet or ridden around. But you never know. What if in the deep north we get massive polar bears that we would actually be able to ride? Maybe a bit too late in the game, so that would probably annoy people maybe, but it could still be cool. Imagine having a polar bear mount. Great little update. Hopefully going to get feedback. I'm sure there's probably going to be some tuning with some of the trinkets, maybe some of the blob bombs as well. I thought they were all in a pretty good state. Maybe the ice bombs kind of take a bit too much damage too quickly. And yeah, if there's any substantial additions, I'll do another video. But if there's only small little patches, I'm probably going to just leave it and focus on guides and stuff. But of course, once the update's live for everyone, I'll have a big, massive recap video and maybe some fresh guides with any changes that have taken place. So until next time, Ratbags, I'll catch you for more Valheim news soon.